using the divine name of His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie, the first King Alpha. And I divine mother Empress Benin, Queen Omega. And I the children of Jah Rastafari. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Jah. Yes, greetings ones and ones. Once again, give thanks a time. Then I hear, so I can articulate Rastafari. Now this word sound is relation to what we call it anti-Rasta sentiments, especially a permeating on the YouTube space, yeah. And I as a Rasta, you know what I mean, comes a time and I have to put sound, to dismiss and debunk them kind of vibration, yeah, and put a stop to ones and then again when I'll be able to put a stop, but at the same time I can put a sound where the young lion them and the young lioness them out they can have word sound to stand up on in relation to Rastafari. Because enough of them ones and ones continuously try to make Rasta into a mockery. I try to make Rasta into a mockery. Rastafari is no mockery and Rastafari is not a joke. You know what I mean? And in that regard, this is where I defend with this reasoning here. And many ones and ones out there, you know, but particularly at this bridging here. He was a Jamaican too. And that's the part where I kind of one being a Jamaican, and not only just being a Jamaican, and one is very informative too. With the kind of knowledge base with a Virgin have, I'm supposed to apply that within help building the Rastafari Ant Nation family. You know what I mean? To give a full overstanding and a Rastafari without the misconception. Instead, this one I use it. If you try to destroy Rasta, the real Rasta, because you can't really destroy Rasta. Since them time till now, the biggest opposition to Rastafari are Italy. And we come in Jamaica. The colonial system represented by Bustamante, and yet still Rastafari is still here going strong and still evolve. Rastafari is not a static movement. Rastafari is a living reality. You see? So anyway, now we have to lay the foundation, you know. Foundation, what is Rastafari? Rastafari is the spirit of resistance, birthed from that diabolical enterprise called the transatlantic slave trade that brought captives and turned captives into slaves. Those who refuse, them label them wild and tame, hence maroon. When I talk about maroon, all of the maroon people, when them label as maroon throughout the diaspora are the Americas. I mean Carolina, North Carolina, Suriname, Cuba, Belize, Jamaica, Haiti, Trinidad, all of them, the ones I'm not mention, I'm not gonna get on to. You know what I mean? But we have to really bring it back now. So when we say hence maroon, and that we are talking about. Those who are resist before the ship, on the ship, and after the ship. When them label now and call so-called maroon, because they can't control them. I and I. No, and then I and I forward in and say hence Marcus Garvey. Because Marcus Garvey is now the one where we call the prophet, the one who declared the king, biblically. When them said, no matter of fact, them never do it biblically, them just look to the east and know the four columns, them Howell, Hebert, Hines, and Dunkley. Them four ones, you know, separately and independently draw for them scripture. Why them draw for the scripture? Because this is the book where them give you until I say the Bible is the word of God. So naturally the elders them reach to the book. And in the book, the elders them declare now and signs up the king. And I saw the king now. The name now. Declare the name now Rastafari. Jah Rastafari. So I saw an name get declared now and established in a earth. Now, all the elders them come by the biblical manifestation. Now, one, you have to go in give her a second, hold on. So the elders them sides up now, Revelation 5, verse 5. And it said, but one of the elders said to me, do not weep, behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David, has conquered so that he can open the scroll and its 7 seals. Now, after that, now the elders them went to Revelation 19, verse 16. And it said, upon his vesture was written, Kings of kings, Lords of lords. Now, these are the root of David. Now, all of these things now is upon the titles that was given to His Majesty upon his coronation. Now, we can elaborate a little bit. You have the ones on ones them now. These anti-Rastas are come to say, yo, all of the kings them from out of Ethiopia did have that title, which is true. All of them have the title because them come from that declare bloodline. All that bloodline are declare now. It declare in a all this connection with His Majesty declare now is that 1 Kings 10, chapter 10, 4 to 13, and this are described when Queen of Sheba Makeda go visit Solomon. Because I can't for them stories, she hears so much about him. No, at this the blood His Majesty and Solomon and I have a child named Menadeth the first, and out of this bloodline comes the king. It's His Imperial Master Emperor Haile Selassie I the first. Jah Rastafari. Now, Michael continue now. So now, this is how all of these kings in Ethiopia declare the Solomonic bloodline. However, what makes His Majesty unique and separate and apart from these kings is that His Majesty title our coronation name was Haile Selassie the first, which Haile Selassie mean might of the Trinity, or power of the Trinity, which now, this is what the elders them know, I declare, and I declaim as the Christ and kingly character. So now, and now, so now the elders them forward in now, and them declare, say God black. And Christ and him kingly character, and Christ black being that they will not go in a Revelation, I think about Revelation 1, declaring the blackness. Revelation 1:14 to 15. And it said, the ear on his head was white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were like a blazing fire. His feet were like bronze glowing in a furnace, and his voice was like the sound of rushing water. Now, at this now, the physical description of God manifesting in the Bible now. So out of that now, the elders them forward now and declare that. Then the elders them return now and say, the Bible would declare Christ are going to return. No. When Christ are return now, the elders have reached Revelation 3:11 to 13. And I am coming soon. Hold on to what you have, so that no one will take your crown. 12. The one who is victorious, I will make a pillar in the temple of my God. Never again will they leave it. I will write on them the name of my God and the name of the city of my God, the new Jerusalem, which is coming down out of the heavens from my God. I will also write on them my new name. whosoever, verse 30, now whosoever has ears, let them hear what the Spirit says to the churches. Now, I and I as Rastafari declare His Majesty as Christ returning in a kingly character, and the new name is Jah Rastafari. And that the I and I declare. Now I and I don't need to debate that. This is why I and I stand on and using this Bible here when them tell us the word of God. Now, another aspect where the elder them declare now, see, strength now, is that one, the Bible again, Psalms 87, 4 to 5, right? And it said, I will record Rahab and Babylon among those who know me, but behold, Philistia and Tyre, along with Ethiopia, this man was born there. Now, right away, the elders them declare that man is His Imperial Majesty born in Ethiopia. You see, 1892, July 23. At that I said. So, one again, all I stand on this is that Jesus born at Bethlehem. And the Revelation, as I just tell you a while ago, Revelation 3:11 to 13 declares that the man are forward in a new name. And the place when them declare this man are born is Ethiopia. Any anti-Rasta can try the bunk that all on one, but at that I say, no. No. Out of that vibration now, I again return now. The elders them reclear and them declare the king again. Isaiah 49 verse 6. Verse 6, and it says, it is hold on. I think that one later mentioned the government rest upon his shoulder. Behold, a son is unto us, a child is given unto us, a son is born. Yeah. So right out of that note of the Isaiah 6 where the government rests upon his shoulder, the struggles of His Majesty manifest in our earth, defending Ethiopia. Right? So let me go back to it now, verse 9, Isaiah 9, verse 6. It says, for unto us a child is born, to us a son is given, and the government will be on his shoulders, and he will be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. Now I Selassie I represent all of them titles here in relation to Rastafari. You know what I mean? Wonderful Counselor. This is how we could have stand up and all of the future liberators in Africa when them form the OAU and deconstruct the colonization of Africa with Kwame Nkrumah, Jomo Kenyatta, Julius Nyerere, Kenneth, damn, I can't remember the virgin name. All of these liberators, all of them look to Haile Selassie, and this is why Haile Selassie farm now, government on him shoulder, the OAU, Organization of African Unity. You know what I mean? And all of these ones, these great leaders, declare Haile Selassie as the father. And this is why Haile Selassie becomes the face of Pan-Africanism. You see it? Now, Haile Selassie the title Prince of Peace to show you that the man represent these title. When they beat up the Ethiopian them and the king, reclaim back him empire, him kingdom, him said, I and I will not be like them. You know what I mean? We not render evil for evil. Those who want to stay being in the Italians, them got the Ethiopians, them don't want to murder them. Him do Italians, them want to stay for help build back the country. Him allow them to stay, and those who, him send them home. No, this is a man of peace. And all along, even when him before these councils of European hyenas will take counsel against the king, meaning Italy, England, and the whole of them. When the king and France and the whole of them, when the king in the League of Nations, and the king a cry peace, and I try to get a peaceful resolution to Italy's aggression. Them all play go on like them have no sense, and secretly I sanction it. So once again, this how the king did a represent peacefully. You see it? So now, once again, so we're moving on now. So this is how the king continues to defy and manifest to I and I. Because I and I now look for now again. I and I not looking. No, I and I now look for no validation from no one in declaring Rastafari. No, we continue with the biblical declarations by the elders them. Genesis 49 verse 10 say, the scepter will not depart from Judah, nor the ruler start from between his feet, until he to whom it belong shall come, and obedience of the nation shall be his. Once again, the elders them declare his majesty as Judah, the root of David, and the scepter, and him sit down upon the account to them historical and the Ethiopian biblical and oral vibration Kebranegas is that the throne of David established in Ethiopia through Menelik the first. And it's through this bloodline, Rastafari, His Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie, and I as Rastafari declare the king. I just decide there. No, it will not behave like Rastafari. No. When Rastafari mentioned these things, 2 Samuel 7 verse 16. Now, this verse, it's a promise that God make to David. I hear the promise. Your house and your kingdom will endure forever before me. Your throne will be established forever. Now, that are the promise where God make to David and His Majesty is from that Davidic bloodline or Solomonic bloodline. Now, Acts 2:29 to 30. And it said, fellow Israelites, I can tell you confidently that the patriarch David died and was buried, and his tomb is here to this day. But he was a prophet and knew that God had promised him an oath that he would place one of his descendants on his throne. Again, his imperial majesty Emperor Haile Selassie fulfilled that again. So these are the things, and when we talk about the Solomonic bloodline, you find that in the Kebranegas, you have Eli Wallace Bojuan, and you have one by a brother named Miguel F. Brooks. And you can find out that information we have about page 30 to 40. You know what I mean? So, when I declare Rastafari, it's through this perspective and through I lens. You know what I mean? Declare divine blackness. And as so now, like I said, this is where the biblical foundation of Rastafari was presented to the world. However, the organic Rastafari beyond the biblical is what? Resistance. Resisting. Where we are resist white oppression and domination. That is foundation Rastafari. That is what Leonard Owen and these ones establish. Now stick up it. So now when I declare the thing, and ones want to behave as if, you know what I mean? Rastafari, no sense. Rastafari idiot. Because I just based on them myopic little view of how the master teach them, you know? And because how the master teach them, they want to project that Panayana as Rastafari. But Rastafari is sovereign and independent thought thinking. So I and I manifest that which I and I will. And what that which I and I will is that declare His Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie as divine. And I and I going on the Bible, when we give you until we say the word of God and lay the foundation, the elders them lay the foundation and declare the king. No, and I declare the king as divine. No, most of ones and ones now found the divine is extra, supernatural powers and all of that. But also there's also another manifestation of the divine. Ultimately, it reflects extraordinary beautiful, perfect, exceptional, you know what I mean? So I declare and I conceptualize divine within this aspect, which is a sacred, spiritual, and transcendent, and that's what Rastafari represents. I and I in the diaspora declare I and I myself as Rastafari, the children of Jah, children of God, I and I divine blackness. And I declare and I am put the king on a pedestal and declare the king as his imperial master, emperor, and Selassie the first, Jah Rastafari. No. And again, foundation, Rastafari is the spirit of resistance, birthed from that diabolical enterprise called the transatlantic slave trade that brought captives and turned captives into slaves. How them turn captives into socially engineer, take our knowledge of ourselves, and therefore out of that now, them tell I change your name and tell you whatever it is them I and I believe. And when I say believe, now them beat that in our diabolically, wickedly. And that's enough ones and ones down becomes colonized mind. And I and I as Rastafari, and I and I as Rastafari is the resistance from that time until now. And I know it started either. We just declare ourselves in the 21st century as Rastafari, because that is the name that befitting and connecting I and I back to anciency. And this is where the king, Ethiopia is not just that little geographical land space. Ethiopia is the whole continent of Africa. What makes a little geographical land space named Ethiopia important is because it represents that indomitable spirit, the birth of civilization. You see it, and phone scientists tell you them things like archaeologists and all these things, you know. You know what I mean? Those who want to call it dickness, Ethiopia, them call it dickness. You know what I mean? 3.5 million years ago. You see it? So all of these things, Rastafari, when I declare, and I sides up the king and I show ones and ones, is to reclaim my identity. Rastafari is I identity. Why? Because I declare the king so. I don't care if you don't accept what I say. I declare this is I identity. And the importance of Rastafari once again, and I will continue to reiterate it, is that it is yours. And you declare your divinity, and you declare your black divine self, manifesting at the face of the king. The king is you, the king is I, and I is the king. Point blank period. So now that we go lay the foundation, you know, I and I go listen to this one here now, and point by point, you know what I mean, neutralize up him sound, because I and I as Rastafari have to know when these ones and ones come, I and I have to beat and teach them. So this is why I and I do with this brother here named Garfield, this Jamaican brother here, this abortion, this intellectual masturbationist, which outright him is an abortion. And I declare why I call him an abortion too. Because this brother here use up an informative brain, and I don't information for one specific purpose. If you try to destroy our black school of thought, you know what I mean? He might attack the Hebrew Israelites, he might attack Rastafari, he might attack everyone, black school of thought, but yet still him defend a master's religion. Him defend the reality of Jesus. So this is the one, and he's not there. I will leave them out there. But because him now, I have no problem with him expressing himself and him views really get Rastafari, but there's a way you do things. And this brother is very disrespectful. And I mean, and what disrespect where I represent. So this is why I have to really address him. And I address him through him word sound. You know what I mean? Because I way him say I go relate to. You see it? So now, make I go in now, and we are going to review and listen to this video here. Where him and him acolytes them. You know what I mean? So we'll get in a second. Now, what I want the ones and ones them do, as we go through
beat and teach him. And listen to him tune when them chat to him, right? Him right friend. How respectful him is towards this white boy. But when him attack to him peers, him is arrogant and disrespectful. You know what I mean? This brother you know. We know if him bloodline, you know, because we know some can't be Rasta now, you know. And like the youth, they say the youth I address him as a ballet. But before me cause my eager, but here I make listen to the sound so I can see where I come from.
Hey, peace and love. This is your brother Garfield. If anybody wants to join the chat.
And again, any usage of material I use on this within this platform, it's all about the learning. You know what I mean? So that's the only reason why I use these. Any recording or any information on this, it's all about the learning, educational purpose. You see it?
Link is in the chat. I do want to say to everybody that's listening that are blacks in the Americas, I need to say this to everybody. Is it Peter to come on? And it seems like, you know, when the ADOSM claims that reparations is only for them, it sounds like a little selfish talk. So I made a thought the other day. If you're not from Jamaica, you shouldn't be claiming Rastafarianism. Because you know what you have made Rastafarianism? You have made it into a religion instead of a way of life. But you're now a convert of Rastafarianism. And this is not to disrespect my African brothers in the diaspora, who from Grenada, from Trinidad, from Antigua, from Barbados. But let's look at this for a minute though. I remember I had Pastor, my big brother, Damon Richardson, on here. And I said to him, are you genetically connected to Christianity? And he said, no. If you are not connected to that region, that means you are a convert or you are hybrid. My brother Petar, when he comes on here, the guy y'all call the White Rasta, to me, he's not a real Rasta. And by the way, too, I don't look at Rastafarianism starting because of Leonard Howell or Robert Hines or Dunkley or Archibald or any of those brothers. I'm looking at it from a standpoint of rebellion, resistance. Paul Bogle. I look at Sam Sharp.
No, ironically, when they continue listening to this virgin here, they show him as a contradiction, you know. Him look for Rastafari resistance, but yet still the things that we might continue to on that platform, on him program. It clearly shows that this brother here, him not over as Rastafari, him not even over as himself. Him still a slave. You see it? Because if you say you look for Rastafari's resistance, then all you want to limit Rastafari now to just a Jamaican thing. It don't make no sense. Rastafari is the spirit of resistance, and represent all the iron in the diaspora we go through white domination and white oppression, and the ones them that refuse and stand up in them blackness and declare them identity now and say them a Rasta or Rastafari. You dig? That's what Rastafari is about, resistance, reclaiming back your identity and knowing who you are. That is Rastafari. And furthermore, there is no such thing as is no Rastafarian and no Rastafarianism. This is the problem with intellectuals. We don't want to intellectualize Rasta and change up the thing. A Rastafari, and that's it. When you say Rastafarian, you say weak up the sound. Rastafari, that is the sound.
Google. I look at Sam Sharp, William Gard, Nani, Kojo, Taki, Three Finger Jack. I look at them as Rasta because...
And none of them name that we mentioned, they wouldn't like you. And that me I tell you, Garfield. None of them name that. If you was to go back in the time of them, in that space and time, you wouldn't fit that mold. And they wouldn't like you. Because you'd have the right on the master side. I protect your interests. You'd have been a house slave. Because that's what you are really. You're still a house slave. I pretend. So you becomes informed, you accumulate little knowledge. You think so you know it all. You can't intellectualize Rasta. And you're an intellectual masturbationist. You're just an abortion.
Rasta represents rebellion,
Listen to that, brother. Yeah.
the whole religious aspect. Yo. So now we got this fake dread on here. This fake dread on here who's not a real Rasta, by the way. And I'm going to tell him right now while he's on my live stream. You're not a real Rasta. You're a hybrid. You're a
Listen
fake
to his
Rasta.
tone with the
You
version
have
when
nothing
I
to do
identify
with
as
Jamaica
dread.
and the Rasta.
And listen when they match out to the white boy.
You know what? Let me mute your mic. Because for one, you come on the show, you're not even have your controls under where it's supposed to be.
And then having him peacock moment
You'll be
with
here
the arrogance
30
and
minutes
show
when I'm on a
off.
live stream, so you gotta be quiet, okay?
Just listen to him, man.
Oh my God, I'm on the ear. I'm
Going outside?
No, I'm not. I'm right here. All right. Give me some time. All right. Hey.
I want us to order the pizza.
All right, no problem. All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let me say this. How do you determine if somebody is a Rasta? How? Now, I'm going to ask Dread, you could unmute your mic. I'm going to ask you a question. And I'm going to put something on the...
No. How you determine one is a Rasta? First, you declare the king and identify yourself as a Rasta. And if you are of the bloodline and the DNA of all of these freedom fighters, the Nani, the Sam Shah, the Taki, the one, the serious, and the countless rebellious, the Palenque, the Shataya, the Karlata Lukumi, not even Kojo. Mercy. The ones and ones, I mean, the Nzinga, the Amosi, the His Majesty, you know what I mean, Nkrumah, Mandela. You have to have these bloodline, all these rebellious ones, the Kaunda, Kenneth Kaunda, you know what I mean, the Jomo Kenyatta. You know what I mean? When we can go from past to present, even I and I right now who manifest on a different Rastafari. You have to be of that bloodline. Defending and fighting against white oppression. Resistance to white oppression and white domination. That's what make you a Rasta. You know what I mean? So when this brother here I come on this thing and I run off a mouth. I don't want to give credence. You know what I mean? These are the things that are very disrespectful. But make we continue and listen to him.
You could unmute your mic. I'm going to ask you a question.
Observe him more
and I'm going to put something on the screen. How do you determine if somebody is a Rasta, Mr. Dread from Trinidad? How do you determine that? Go ahead, Dread. How do you determine if somebody is a Rasta? I can hear you. I'm here. I'm on the ear. Okay, no problem. All right. I'm going to say this again. I'm going to ask the brother on the line. He jumped on the link because he's big and bad. How do you determine if somebody is a Rastafarian. Dread, are you there, sir? Well, I don't know what I'm going on. He might hold up my show, but I'm not going to make him stop my flow. All right. So let me just mute the mic. All right. I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this right now. If you did not go through what the people go through, Youth Man Faith. I'm going to bring up Youth Man Faith on the screen right now. Right? I'm going to show that thing. You see, Rastafarianism has become a popular thing for people to do and to claim. But they don't know what they're claiming. They don't know what Rasta is. They read a little thing and say, Selassie God and Ray. They don't know nothing about Rastafarianism. This is why I made the claim, if you are not Jamaican, you cannot be a Rasta. You see, when I bring the white guy on Peter here, it's really for you guys to look in the mirror and say, listen, if him able to claim Rasta, what is really Rasta today? He's what I would call a hybrid Rasta. I'm not being disrespectful. Dread in Trinidad, it can grow him locks and claim Selassie is God. He is not a Rasta. He does not come from the legacy or the lineage of what Rasta come from. He wasn't there in Trenchtown. He wasn't there with Youth Man Faith. You was not there at Pinnacle. You wasn't there with Archibald Dunkley. You wasn't there. You wasn't. So when did everybody become commercialized Rastafarians now all of a sudden?
No, again, like I mentioned again, this is just a typical example of an intellectual masturbation. Because he must speak to what him don't fully overs or him divisive mindset. Because right now, I derail him, I try to derail and I discourage all the youth named Dread now from stop declaring Rastafari. You see, and this I'm Clientele Pro operation. Because I don't know sides him up, you know, and him have the bloodline of A. Philip Randolph and all of these counter revolutionaries, counter liberation and resistance in the Americas, in the diaspora. A whole heap of them countless. But them they out there. And him is of that bloodline. That's why I say him can't nanny that string him up. And that me I tell you. There's no way no how him could have pirate nanny. And that me I tell you. I know that for a fact. How me know? Him word sound.
I'm a Rasta.
I am sound tell me who him be, you know.
Locks make you a Rasta?
Bless Garfield, you hear me good now?
I could hear it. Go ahead. What makes you a Rasta, Dread? That's my question on the board.
Alright, well, first things first, Garfield. You as a bald head, you can't define who is a Rasta.
No. You can't. You have no right to call me a bald head. You cannot call me a bald head.
I'm telling you.
Because by here, did Haile Selassie have locks? Would you call Haile Selassie bald head?
Listen, Garfield. Listen,
Regent.
You cannot tell nobody, but he's not a Rasta.
Was Haile Selassie a Rasta?
Hold on.
Was Haile Selassie a Rasta? Yes or no?
Alright. Let me answer him question. Haile Selassie is Rastafari. Haile Selassie is the definition of Rastafari. That's why I declare the king. You know what I mean? Why the youth call you a ballad? Because I a slave mind. A ballad is those who uphold Babylon principles and the system of Babylon and defend it. Just like how from them time we in the Americas, in America them call them house nigga. You know what I mean? Breadfruit, all of these Oreo, all of them terminology. It's still at the C6 synonymous and correlates to ballad as Rasta declare. A ballad is one who uphold the principles of the oppressor, defend the oppressor. And that is what you are, Garfield. You represent the oppressor. Even though your mouth say one thing, your action contrary to where you come out of your mouth. Because, like me say again, your intellectual masturbationism and you continue to try to besmirch and discredit ones and ones who are declared. You see it?
Selassie a Rasta? Yes or no? Was Haile Selassie a Rasta? Because Haile Selassie didn't grow up. I hate when you fake news come on here and act like y'all know nothing about Rasta. You don't know nothing about Rasta. You don't know nothing about Rasta.
See, that this is a divisive stance, you know, divisive mindset. That's what him represent.
Selassie, who do you call Selassie a ballhead? Hold on. Who do you call Selassie a ballhead?
You hear him? You hear how him get up in him feelings, because you joke him. And when the truth hurt, because the youth could declare him and identify him. That's why the youth call him a ballhead, because of his mindset. You see it?
Do you call Haile Selassie a ballhead? You see, let me take you out for a second. Let me give you a timeout. Because I'm going to show him.
You see it? Arrogance again. And power tripping, ego tripping. Having him peak up.
And I want you to show me how this mother effer, who's from Trinidad, who never went
to hear the disrespect.
Never went to Trenchtown, don't know nothing about Bubba Hill, hear about it on the radio, hear upon it, read upon it, and I claim it and I come call me, who grew up in a Jamaica Valley.
But you are the same thing. You don't know Rasta. You read one and two information where people put out about Rasta. But you don't know, because if Rastafari they didn't have your core first and foremost, you wouldn't even have that show here. If you try to derail and discredit Rasta and especially make it worse to shame upon you too. Because he's a Jamaican, you should have defend Rasta. Because you're supposed to, your mouth say you know Rastafari resistant, but yet still you try to tear it. How you, man? You know, say you're a traitor. He's a traitor to your own. Because you're the type of attack your own brethren. And that me I tell you. You don't know nothing about Rasta. You don't have no Rasta DNA. You don't have resistance in you. And your master blood you have in you. He's a slave.
And I claim it and I come call me, who grew up in a Jamaica Valley. Was Haile Selassie a ballhead? Yes or no? Don't come on here and try to violate me with your fool.
His Majesty was never a ballhead. His Majesty is Rastafari. Repeat that. Listen to his attitude towards him, brother.
Hold on. Hold on. Yeah, bunny out there. You're one of the whole of the fake Rasta. You a question. Answer the question. Jamaica. You're a fake Rasta. You are a fake Rasta. That's what I'm saying right now.
You don't know my family at all. You don't know my family at all. I'm not family live in Jamaica. You is a Jamaican. I am a Jamaican.
Yeah, like me don't establish that Rastafari is beyond the scope of Jamaica. Rastafari is a continental and a diaspora. Unification and oneness. And identify as Rastafari and declaring I identity. Recreating that which is ours. You know what I mean? Fundamentally, foundation and at the core. This is Rastafari. Resistance, reclaiming back your own. You see it? So this brother, once again, this intellectual abortion here. I run off him more. But I could continue to listen to it.
You is a Jamaican. I am a Jamaican.
You're not a Jamaican. I just want to talk to Jamaica from. Where you from?
No, Rasta.
Check yourself here, man. All of a sudden, know you're Jamaican. Then fake to the point now you want to claim you come from Jamaica. Peter, listen to me, Peter.
Then I perform for him white friend, you know.
Rasta as a Jamaican. And you're not going to get offended. I look at you as a hybrid Rasta. And you can't be offended, Peter, with what I say.
Peter is not right. Peter don't even equate.
The people that deal with the thing originally.
You know what I mean?
No, you can't tell me.
Peter, as a white man, don't equate. Peter is the face of white oppression. Whether I'm on saying he is not, but and I'm going to show you to say him within this reason here, where the brother here run off his mouth and we are listening to. I'm going to show you say this brother here is an infiltrator. He is of the bloodline. He is an infiltrator like him father Abraham from them time there all the way through until now. They are infiltrators and them come try to infiltrate Rasta and reroute the vibration of Rastafari from its original foundation, resistance, resisting white oppression, white domination. That is Rastafari. That is the foundation of Rastafari. And declaring your divine blackness, embracing who you are, your blackness. You see it? Them boy want to come now and try to reroute it and in them all inclusive. No. Fire.
You never go to jail. You never do none of that. So what you are is a new breed of Rasta that's here today. Am I incorrect, Peter? Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself.
Listen to him and look for validation for the master, Peter. Watch him respectful to Peter.
Yeah, it's good to be back, Garfield. Hey, real quick, before we get to that, so your question to this gentleman was Haile Selassie a bald head? And I think that's a very legitimate question that he couldn't answer, right?
There's nothing legitimate about that question.
Yeah.
You see it?
That's the point.